guys, welcome to the party. Today we're hanging out at the beautiful Bellagio Hotel and Casino because we have brunch reservations for Spago by Wolfgang Puck. First, we're going to do a quick walk through the Conservatory and Botanical Gardens. The summer display is up May 25th through September 24th, and the current theme, Higher Love, is available through September 7th. The Bellagio site describes the installation as an artistic representation of summer and love inspired by world-renowned art and architecture. Each bed celebrates European nostalgia, universal love, and the timeless symbolism of nature's beauty using breathtaking botanical artistry to create a romantic dreamscape. This is really gorgeous and feels like we're just taking a trip through some sort of balloon festival in Wonderland. The large scale of the proportions help to add to the sense that we've been shrunken down and immersed into this magical landscape. I love it. I've honestly always loved the displays here, and they've knocked it out of the park again. So this conservatory area actually has a single table that you can make reservations for, either brunch through Siddell's or dinner through Michael Mina. I'll post a link down to that info down below. It's a little pricey, but I bet it would make a really cool birthday or anniversary dinner. Gosh, that pink balloon is huge. How much fabric do you think this took to make? Fun fact, you can actually buy a candle inspired by the theme of the conservatory at the store back here. Keep in mind you may have to dip into your patience reserves a little bit since it can be a little crowded during peak times like today. I like that Versace-esque balloon, but I think this purple one might be my favorite. Which one do you guys like the best? There's so many little details here that you just notice the longer you look. I don't know if you guys can see or not, but there's actually koi fish in the water down there. Anyway, if you're visiting Vegas in the summer, this is for sure worth a stop. It's beautiful and a great way to beat the heat. Time to mosey on over to Spago. Well, looks like I still have to keep working. Spago is one of the restaurants that border the fountains so that you can watch the water show while you eat. So this restaurant is popular and doesn't have a ginormous footprint, so reservations are encouraged. Brunch is Friday through Sunday, 11 through 2:30, and our reservation was for 1 p.m. on a Saturday. We didn't have any trouble getting the reservation, but you'll be able to really see it fill up while we were in there. It's not guaranteed, but you can ask to be set outside on the patio so that you have a front row seat for the water show. They do have a big fan out there, but the day that we went, it was 107 degrees out, so we opted to hang out on the patio another time. Let's get a quick sneak peek at the drink menu. You can pause it so that you can get a better look at some of the items on here. And we'll flip it over and scope out the brunch menu. See, we may not have been able to see as well as the brave souls outside, but we can still get a little bit of the water show from back here. I'll zoom in a little bit for you guys while we wait on our drinks. Libations have arrived, and we opted for the spicy lychee martini and the barrel-aged old-fashioned. The old-fashioned was a really good old-fashioned, and I'm pretty sure that that's a Luxardo maraschino cherry in there, which is perfect. This is probably one of the better cocktails I've ever had in a restaurant. The flavor of the lychee really comes through without being too sweet. I think the lime juice is maybe what's cutting down on that sweetness, and the spice comes through more on the back end and burns mildly in the back of your throat without overpowering any of the other flavors. Up next, the Maryland Blue Crab Cakes. These are really handsome little guys, although I wish for the price you got maybe one more. I do like the plate they serve this on. It feels like I'm eating on lava rock by the ocean. Ah, look at that. The consistency is great. There's no nonsense filling. I'm just looking at good quality crab meat and seasoning, which is really what I want to see in a crab cake. These are really delicious, very well seasoned, and the crab really gets a little pick-me-up of freshness from the tomato relish and the fresh micro basil. Gotta make sure I get a little bit extra of that basil aioli. That is a really exceptional bite. Service wise, I love that our server brought out fresh silverware. That's kind of a pet peeve of mine. I don't want my silverware to go through the entire culinary adventure with me. For our entrees, we got the smoked salmon pizza and the brioche French toast. This French toast is so soft and fluffy without being soggy at all. Let's get a good bite in here with some fresh fruit. Very, very good. Would definitely recommend. Okay, salmon pizza time. The pizza crust is warm but not hot, and the smoked salmon and the salmon roe are chilled. A little hard to get a ladylike bite in, but we all do what we must. I believe the story goes that Wolfgang Puck made this pizza for Joan Collins when she came to his restaurant wanting a bagel and lox, but they were all out of bagels. Thus, salmon pizza was born. My issue with this pizza is that in my opinion it's pretty salty. After the first few bites, I was kind of ready to throw in the towel. The smoked salmon is salty, the salmon roe is salty, the dill cream fraiche is maybe meant to tone it down, but really just has its work cut out for it. I found myself just eating the salmon and parts of the crust, which by themselves were pretty good. Maybe if the cream fraiche were replaced with something else or omitted entirely, I'd be more into it. I'm afraid this is a one and done for me. Okay, weird nitpicky complaint time. I'm not a big fan of when tables have this wide base and you can't pull your chair up all the way. So I feel like I'm super far away from the table and my poor napkin takes a beating. And then I have to do this weird hunch over the table to eat. Is that just me? Now for a quick look at the dessert menu. There are a lot of things on here that look pretty good, but we're gonna order the item that they are most known for, which is the spiked lemon. We've got fresh silverware at the ready, including a freakishly long spoon. So my husband was really sweet and let them know that it was actually my birthday when he made the reservation, and they were kind enough to bring out a special birthday cake along with our spiked lemon. I don't have a description for this since it wasn't listed on the menu, but it's served chilled and is 8 layers of chocolatey goodness. So I'm generally not drawn to chocolate, but this is really good quality and manages to have a depth of flavor and avoids being one note because of the layers. If I had to wager a guess, the layers would be chocolate mousse, dark chocolate cake, maybe a layer of milk chocolate mousse. The chocolate pearls also add a nice crunch. This is a good place to bring your birthday. And now to the main event, Spago's infamous spiked lemon. Not listed in the description here is that this is topped with a mix of what appears to be a meringue and bits of maybe lime zest. I'm not quite sure what these tiny bits are. Micro basil and gold leafing. Time to put these crazy long spoons to work. Seems like a shame to destroy something so pretty, but you know, we gotta do it for science, y'all. Hopefully you guys are able to get a good look at the inside here. I believe this outside shell is maybe a white chocolate. That's what it tastes like, and you can make out the layers of citrus mousse and chiffon cake. Gotta make sure to get a good bite with everything in it here. This is exceptional. The cake part is so soft and fluffy that it's almost hard to tell it apart from the mousse. And the yuzu cream seems kind of like a thin lemon curd consistency wise. The meringue on top is actually a mix of what I think is both baked and unbaked Swiss meringue. You can see that there are harder pieces in there. The citrus cream may be slightly sweet on its own, but the yuzu really helps to cut through that. So here is what our check total came to before the tip, just to give you an idea and to absolve you from any mental math if you've been following along. All in all, I have a few final thoughts. I thought the service was good, and the highlights of the meal were the spicy lychee martini, crab cake, and the spiked lemon. The French toast was an honorable mention, and the old fashioned was good, but we'd probably opt for something more unique next time. The salmon pizza was good for the first few bites, but overall this is pretty salty, really one note and skippable. What do you guys think? Have you eaten here before? What was your favorite? One thing to note, there are no restrooms inside of the restaurant. Instead, they are located directly across the hall. A little wayfinding for you here, just to give you an idea of where Spago is located. You're in between Van Cleef and Arpels and Alexander McQueen. If you keep walking down towards Gucci, you'll find the bridge to get to Caesar's Palace. And I'll show you guys what that walk looks like now as we head into the Forum shops. There's Caesars right there, which is where we're headed. You can see the Horseshoe, the Cromwell, Flamingo, and even Harrah's way down there. The Paris is back that way. These are the stairs you go down if you wanted to just go straight and cross over to visit those resorts and casinos, or you could keep heading down the stairs that we're going down and head to the right. There's no shortage of places to go grab a drink, which is great because the day I'm recording this, it is 107 out. Here's the famous Hell's Kitchen restaurant if you're a fan of the show. I don't believe this is actually where they film it, but it still looks like a good time. It's on my list of places to go while we're here. Have you guys eaten here before? Is it worth a stop? If so, what did you order? So as you can see, it's not a long walk, but if it's hot as it is today, it can feel a little bit longer. Pretty tile work over here. Looks like there's a little refurbishment going on here in the lobby. It's so pretty in here. I love all the details in the ceiling. I will say though that it smells a little more smoky in here. Maybe that's just me and my sensitive nose. It's not overwhelming, just more smoky smelling than the Bellagio did. So we just followed the signs over here to go to the Forum shops. It really only took a few minutes. I love the faux sky in here. It is really a whole mood. What is your favorite place to shop when you're in Vegas? There's no shortage of places to shop here. Hopefully this video will give you a bit of an idea of what the crowd levels are for this time of day. It is a Saturday in June around 3 p.m. It feels great in here too. We weren't even outside for that long and it feels amazing in here. Little chocolate kiosk here. Have you guys had Ethel M chocolates before? I heard they actually have a botanical cactus garden at their store over in Henderson. This is pretty cool, the big aquarium here. There's a dory. I'm pretty sure that's the scientific name. This one's pretty fancy. I always love a Cheesecake Factory visit, and this one has a cool patio situation since you'll have a good view. You know, you would think it'd be crazy loud in here too, but it's almost like white noise, so it's not too bad. The fountains here are beautiful. Not sure what's going on with the ceiling here. Does someone need to wiggle a mouse or something somewhere? So there's a lot of nice details everywhere, so don't forget to look up, just not too up over there. So once again, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed coming along for the ride. I had a great time today stuffing my face and losing my hard-earned money at the machines. So let me know in the comments down below, do you have a trip planned to Vegas anytime soon? I heard that it's actually one of the top travel destinations this summer, and I'd love to hear your plans. Anyway, y'all, I'll see you in the next one. Until then, go forth, be kind, be creative.